Next, work round 23. Here, I'll switch to a sample swatch to demonstrate. First, adjust the starting position. Then, foundation chain 3 stitches. Next, work 5 double crochets in sequence. After completing those, in this chain space, work 1/2 double crochet first. Then work 5 single crochets underneath simultaneously, with the middle stitch. And in the chain space, work 1/2 double crochet. Wrap this chain stitch with it. Then, at this chain stitch position, work another 1/2 double crochet. Next, work 7 double crochets in sequence. After completing those, pick up the stitches from round 21 here, and work 3 double crochets. Followed by 2 half double crochets. And 1 single crochet. That means you've reached the second stitch position, on the right side of the group of 7 in round 21, the second stitch position on the right side of cluster 7. Work 3 chains next. Then skip over this cluster 7. And the 1 stitch on either side of it. Work 1 single crochet, 2 half double crochets, and 3 double crochets in sequence. After completing these, skip the single crochet in round 22, start from the half double crochet on the left side, and work 6 double crochets in sequence. Then, in the chain space, work 1 half double crochet. Next, go through both the middle of 1 single crochet stitch and the chain space, and work 1 half double crochet. Then, in the chain space again, work another half double crochet. Continue working down. Pay attention and refer to the chart. Skip every cluster 7 stitches or so. Also, skip the rightmost single crochet stitch in each cluster of stitches in round 22. Skip these as well. Complete the remaining part of this round. After finishing the last double crochet, join with a slip stitch into the beginning chain. Pull tight. That's it. Round 23 is now complete. Next, we'll work on round 24. Foundation chain 3 stitches. Then work 6 double crochets in sequence. After completing those, in the middle half double crochet here. Work 1 DC3 in 1, which means working 3 double crochets into the same stitch. Complete the DC3 in 1, then continue working double crochets, corresponding to each stitch. Keep crocheting until you reach the stitch before the chain space on the left side. Reach the designated position. In this chain space, work 2 half double crochets. Continue following the chart for the rest of the work. For the first 3, and the 6th, 7th. At the positions of the 8 puff stitch clusters, you need to work them in the middle half double crochet. Work a DC3 in 1. For the remaining positions, work double crochets evenly into each stitch. Crochet 2 half double crochets into each chain space. Finish the remaining part of this round. After completing the last stitch, join with a slip stitch into the beginning chain. Pull tight. Then leave about 5 cm and cut the yarn. This way, the 24th round is completed. The shoulder part section is now completed. Next, we will work on the body part. It is divided into section 1, section 2, and section 3. Let's first learn how to crochet section 1. Before starting, you need to divide the shoulder parts into the front and back pieces, as well as the sleeve positions. Then, work back and forth. Please watch me demonstrate. First, find the position of the starting chain from the last round of the shoulder parts. On the right side. At the first half double crochet stitch, make a mark with a yarn tail. Then in the 4th cluster 7. Above and to the right, on the half double crochet stitch. The area between these 2 yarn tails, including the stitches marked by the yarn tails, represents the stitch count for the back piece. Next, mark the position for the front piece, on the 2nd cluster 7 from the left, above. Make a mark on the half double crochet stitch on the right side. Then, on the third cluster from the left, above, make another mark on the half double crochet stitch on the right side. The area between these two yarn tails, including the positions marked by the yarn tails, represents the position for the front piece. The areas on both sides are the positions for the left and right sleeves. That is, both the front piece and the back Pt2 each contain 3 puff stitch pattern sets. Each sleeve occupies 2 puff stitch patterns. Everyone, refer to the chart and check the stitch count again. This way, the positions are clearly separated. Start with the first row of section 1. Insert the hook at this marked position, on the left side of the back piece. This row is crocheted on the wrong side of the fabric. Turn the fabric over. This stitch needs to connect to the cluster 7 of the 21st round of the shoulder parts. Pass through the marked stitch simultaneously. And the top stitch of the cluster 7. Join the yarn here. Foundation chain 3 stitches. Then work even for 6 double crochets. After completing, make 1 chain. Then skip 1 stitch. Work 1 double crochet in the second stitch from the left. Follow with 1 chain. We will make 2 chains here. And the middle double crochet, consider this as 1 cluster 8. Then skip 1 stitch. Start from the second stitch on the left. Work even with the corresponding number of double crochets. After completing, make 1 cluster 8. Always skip a stitch below each chain. Another cluster 8 is completed. Continue working even with the corresponding number of double crochets. When working the third stitch, this stitch is also framed in the chart. It needs to be joined with cluster 7. All double crochets framed in this row need to be connected to the corresponding cluster 7 of the shoulder parts. After completion, crochet 1 cluster 8. Continue with the corresponding number of double crochets, and repeat with 1 cluster 8. Finish the remaining part of this row, which means keep going until the stitch at the yarn tail marked on the left side. At the position of the beginning chain, directly insert the hook into the entry position of the slip stitch and crochet. This way, row 1 of section 1 is completed. Move on to row 2. Foundation chain 3 stitches. Turn the workpiece counterclockwise. Then work 4 double crochets evenly. After completing them, skip 2 stitches. On the left side, work a cluster of 8 double crochet stitches. Make 3 DC2 bobble stitches. Between each bobble stitch, work 1 chain stitch as an interval. We consider these 3 DC2 bobble stitches and the 2 chains in the middle as one leaf. Then skip 2 stitches on the left side. Continue to work double crochets all the way to the next cluster of 8. At the 3rd stitch on the right side, upon reaching the appropriate position, on this cluster of 8 double crochets, make a leaf. Then skip 2 stitches. Start from the 3rd stitch on the left side, and continue to work double crochets in sequence. That is to say, on each side of the leaf, you need to skip 2 stitches without working them. Follow this pattern. Finish the remaining part of this row. This way, row 2 is completed. Continue with row 3. Foundation chain 3 stitches. Turn the workpiece counterclockwise. Then work 4 double crochets in sequence. After completing them, pick up the 1st stitch of the left leaf, and work 1 double crochet. Then in the chain space, work 1 half double crochet and 1 single crochet. Next, on the middle stitch, work 1 single crochet. Then in the left chain space, work 1 single crochet and 1 half double crochet. After completing them, in the last stitch of the leaf, work 1 double crochet. Then finish the remaining part of this row. The stitches on the leaf are all worked in the same stitch pattern here. For other positions, pick up each stitch and work a double crochet correspondingly. This way, the third row is completed. Section 1 of the body is finished. Here on the fabric, we'll make a mark with the yarn tail. This indicates that this is the back piece position. The yarn tails on both sides of the back piece can be trimmed off now. Next, let's look at section 2. Connect the last row of section 1 with the stitch count of the front piece shoulder part. Then work in rounds, crocheting back and forth. Please watch me demonstrate. Start with the first round. Foundation chain 3 stitches. Turn the workpiece counterclockwise. Then begin from the stitch on the left side, working 1 double crochet in each stitch correspondingly, continuing until you reach the position of the starting chain on the left. After completing, make 7 chains. Then skip the reserved position for the sleeve. Start crocheting from the stitch at the marked position on the left side. Pay attention to the 4 stitches framed in this round. These also need to be connected to the corresponding cluster of 7. Insert through both the cluster of 7 and the corresponding stitch. Continue working 1 double crochet in each stitch correspondingly, all the way until you finish the stitches at the other marked position. After completing, make 7 chains. Then skip the reserved position for the sleeve. Join with a slip stitch to the beginning chain. Pull tight. This way, the first round of section 2 is completed. Next, start the second round. Foundation chain 3 stitches. Turn the workpiece counterclockwise. For each subsequent round in section 2, start each round by turning the workpiece, and finish each round with a slip stitch join. Next, pick up the back loops of those 7 chains, and make 1 double crochet in each. Then, work double crochets into each stitch correspondingly. On the other side, at the chain positions, also pick up the back loops of the chains, and make 1 double crochet in each. Everyone complete the remaining part of this round. After finishing the last stitch, join with a slip stitch into the beginning chain. Pull tight. This way, the second round is completed. For the third round, pick up the stitches from the second round, and work double crochets into each stitch correspondingly. Everyone complete the third round. This way, the third round is finished. Next, move on to the fourth round. Foundation chain 3 stitches. Turn the workpiece counterclockwise. Then work 2 double crochets. Next, work 1 cluster of 8. Continue working double crochets evenly in the corresponding number. Finish with 1 cluster of 8. In this round, there are 2 clusters of 8 at the underarm positions. The number of double crochets on either side is different. The number of double crochets between clusters of 8 in other positions remains the same as before. Everyone refer to the chart. Continue to finish the remaining part of this round. This way, the fourth round is completed. For the rounds after section 2, work a leaf whenever you encounter a cluster of 8 position. Skip 2 stitches on either side of the leaf. Whenever you encounter a leaf position, work the corresponding stitch pattern above the leaf. Work double crochets evenly in all other positions, the round above the leaf, between each cluster of 8 and the next. There are 3 rounds of double crochets worked evenly. Refer to the instructions on the chart to complete them. After completing the last round, leave a yarn tail of about 5 cm and fasten off. This way, the crocheting for section 2 is explained. Next, let's look at section 3. Continue crocheting in rounds based on section 2. The new stitch techniques used include back post double crochet, 2 stitches worked together. Please watch me demonstrate. First, we'll work the first round. I'll demonstrate using this sample swatch. Pick up the corresponding yarn. Place the wrong side of the last round from section 2, facing you. Insert the hook into the top of the beginning chain to join the yarn. Foundation chain 3 stitches. Then, work 6 double crochets in sequence. When working the 6th double crochet, you need to first work an incomplete double crochet to change colors. Then, work a popcorn stitch in the adjacent stitch. Pay attention to weaving in the yarn tail. When working the final chain to secure, you also need to change colors. Next, starting from the left stitch, work 7 double crochets evenly. When working the 7th stitch, you need to change colors. Then, work a popcorn stitch in the adjacent stitch. When working the chain after the popcorn stitch, you also need to change colors. Then, repeat the sequence of 7 double crochets and 1 popcorn stitch. Continue until you finish the remaining part of this round. Note that the colors for the double crochets and popcorn stitches are different. When working the final chain of the last popcorn stitch, there's no need to change colors. Then join with a slip stitch into the beginning chain. Pull tight. You can now fasten off the other yarn tail. This way, section 3, round 1 is completed. Then, start working on round 2. Foundation chain 1 stitch. Turn the piece counterclockwise. Work 1 single crochet into the starting chain of the previous round. Then skip the popcorn stitch. On the double crochet stitch on the left side, work 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet, and 1 double crochet. Next, work 1 DC 3-in-1. Then work 1 more double crochet, 1 half double crochet, and 1 single crochet. For this round, you will be working these stitch groups into the double crochets between the popcorn stitches from the previous round. Work these stitch groups accordingly. Continue to finish the remaining part of this round. After completing the last stitch, join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet. Tighten it. Then leave about 5 cm and fasten off the yarn. That's it. The second round is now complete. Continue on to the third round. Position the wrong side of the second round facing you. Join the yarn at the half double crochet to the left of where you fastened off. On the wrong side of the fabric, pick up the half double crochet from right to left. That is, insert your hook into the gap on the right side of this half double crochet and bring it to front on the left side. Then draw the loop through. Foundation chain 3 stitches. Then work 6 back post double crochets in sequence. After completing those, the next stitch is a back post double crochet, 2 stitches work together. Start by inserting the hook under the single crochet below, and work an incomplete back post double crochet. The technique for an incomplete back post double crochet is the same as an incomplete double crochet, just with a different insertion point. Once completed, work 1 more single crochet on the left side. Then yarn over, and draw through all the loops on the hook once. That completes a back post double crochet, 2 stitches work together. Continue working downwards. For this round, at every single crochet position, work a back post double crochet, 2 stitches work together. At all other positions, work corresponding back post double crochets. Everyone, complete this round. After completion, join with a slip stitch into the beginning chain. Pull tight, leave about 5 cm and cut the yarn. That's it. The third round is now completed. Move on to the fourth round. With the right side of the previous round facing you, join the yarn at the beginning chain position. Foundation chain 3 stitches. Then insert the hook into the stitches from the previous round. Work double crochets into each stitch evenly. Complete this round entirely. Once finished, join with a slip stitch into the beginning chain. Pull tight. Cut the yarn. The fourth round is now completed. Next, we will work on the fifth round. Join the yarn at the beginning chain position of the previous round. Then, foundation chain 1 stitch. Work 1 single crochet into the same stitch. Then skip 2 stitches. On the third stitch from the left. First work 1 DC2 bobble stitch. Then chain 3. Next, work 1 slip stitch in the same position. Chain 3 again. After completing, work 1 double crochet in the same position. Chain 3 once more. Then work 1 slip stitch in the same position. Chain 3 again. After completing, in the same position, work 1 DC2 bobble stitch. We consider all the stitches in this same position as pattern 9. Then skip 3 stitches. Work 1 single crochet on the fourth stitch from the left. Then skip 2 stitches. Work 1 pattern 9 on the third stitch from the left. Continue skipping 3 stitches. Work 1 single crochet on the fourth stitch from the left. This round is crocheted in a sequence of pattern 9 and single crochets. There are 3 skipped stitches on the left side of pattern 9 and 2 skipped stitches on the right side. For the last 2 groups of pattern 9, there are 2 skipped stitches on both sides. Refer to the chart and continue to finish this round. If the stitch count doesn't match at the end, the number of skipped stitches on both sides of the last few groups of pattern 9 can be adjusted according to the actual situation. Just make sure to keep the fabric flat. Then join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet stitch. Pull tight. Cut the yarn. This way. Round 5 is completed. Section 3 of the body is now crocheted. Hide all yarn tails along the texture inside the fabric. Next, let's look at the sleeves. The making method for both sleeves is the same. The position for picking up stitches is different. Both are divided into section 1 and section 2. Let's start with section 1 of the left sleeve. The left and right here refer to the actual wearing sides. Join the yarn at the chain stitch position of section 2 on the body. Pick up the required number of stitches according to the chart. Then crochet back and forth in rounds. Please watch my demonstration. Lay the garment flat, with the neckline facing up, and the back piece facing down. That is, the side with the marker thread. The hole position on the right side is where the left sleeve will be. Find the 7 chain stitch positions here on the body. Insert the hook into the middle stitch. Join the yarn here. Foundation chain 3 stitches. Then pick up the remaining 2 strands from the 3 chain stitches on the left. Make 1 double crochet respectively. Then pick up the double crochet on the side here, and make 3 double crochets. You can work 1 stitch into the stitch. Then work 2 stitches into the post of the stitch. Next, pick up the reserved stitches in the shoulder parts area, and work double crochets correspondingly. That is, start from the stitch adjacent to the marker thread, and continue until all the reserved stitches are completed. Pay attention to the framed position, it needs to connect and form a cluster of 7. After completing this, pick up 4 rows from the back piece here, and work 10 stitches. Work 3 double crochets into each long needle position. Work 1 stitch into the stitch, and work 2 stitches into the post of the stitch. Work 2 stitches into each turning chain position. Then on the remaining 3 chain stitches, work 1 stitch into each. After completing this, join with a slip stitch into the beginning chain. Pull tight. This way, the first round of the left sleeve is completed. Next, work the second round. Foundation chain 3 stitches. Turn the workpiece counterclockwise. Then in the next 2 stitches on the left side, work 1 double crochet, 2 stitches together. Then work double crochets into each stitch correspondingly. Continue until there are 2 stitch positions remaining. When you reach the corresponding position, work 1 double crochet, 2 stitches together. Then join with a slip stitch into the beginning chain. Pull tight. This way, the second round is completed. The remaining rounds in section 1 are almost identical to section 2 of the body. The only difference is the number of double crochets between each cluster of 8. And pay attention, every 3 rounds, you need to work 1 double crochet, decrease at both the beginning and ending of the next round. Refer to the chart, and finish the remaining rounds for section 1 of the sleeve. This way, the explanation for section 1 is complete. Next, move on to section 2. Continue crocheting in rounds based on section 1. The stitch pattern is almost identical to section 3 of the body part. You need to work a double crochet 2 stitches together at both the beginning and ending of the first round. The starting position clusters in the following rounds have a different number of stitches than the clusters in the middle. Refer to the chart, and finish section 2. This way, the explanation for crocheting the left sleeve is complete. Now let's take a look at the right sleeve. Except for the first round of section 1, the crocheting method for the remaining positions is exactly the same as that of the left sleeve. First, join the yarn at the middle stitch of the chain position on this side. Then pick up and work corresponding double crochets on the back piece. Next, pick up and work double crochets on the reserved stitches of the shoulder parts. Remember to pay attention to connecting cluster 7. After completing it, work double crochets along the edge of the front piece. Finally, finish with the remaining 3 chain stitches. For the remaining part, everyone can continue using the same method as for the left sleeve, to crochet them all the way down. This way, the crocheting of the sleeves is explained. Next, let's look at the neckline edging. At the starting chain of the collar, crochet in rounds for 2 circles. Please watch me demonstrate the specific crocheting method. Get the yarn, and make a slip knot with the tail end. Place the back piece of the cloak facing you, with the neckline at the top. Insert the hook into any starting mesh group of the back piece. Draw the loop through. Work 1 chain as the beginning chain for the single crochet. The beginning chain for the single crochet doesn't count as 1 stitch. Then, make 2 more single crochets in the same hole. After completing that, crochet 3 single crochets in the mesh hole on the left side. Then, crochet 3 single crochets in the adjacent mesh hole. We consider these 3 holes with single crochets as one group. This circle follows the pattern of 2, 3, 3 in sequence. First, crochet 2 single crochets in the left hole. Then, crochet 3 single crochets in each of the next 2 adjacent holes. That completes another group. Everyone, continue crocheting. After finishing the last group, there will be 1 mesh hole remaining. Crochet 3 single crochets in it. Then join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Leave about 5 cm and cut the yarn. Weave in the yarn tail into the fabric. This way, the first round of the neckline edging is completed. Move on to the second round. Join the yarn at the previous round's ending point. Then crochet 2 chains. Follow up with 1 double crochet in the joining position. Then skip 2 stitches. Make a slip stitch in the third stitch from the left. Then crochet 2 chains. Follow up with 1 double crochet in this chain space. Then skip 2 stitches. Make a slip stitch in the 3rd stitch from the left. Crochet 2 more chain stitches. Follow up with 1 double crochet in this chain space. We have a slip stitch here, followed by 2 chain stitches, and 1 double crochet, treating them as a group. Continue down in a sequence repeating this stitch pattern. Between each group, there is an interval of 2 stitches. Finish crocheting the remaining part of this circle. After completing the last group, it doesn't matter if there are 2 stitches left over from the previous round. Simply skip them. Join with a slip stitch to the first stitch of the previous round. Then leave a tail of about 5 cm and cut the yarn. Weave in the yarn tail along the texture to the wrong side of the fabric. This way, the neckline edging is completed. Next, let's attach the pearl decorations between each ruai pattern. Sew through the middle of the single crochets. Cut a length of yarn that matches the position of these single crochets, using the same color. Thread the needle. Come out from the back. Leave a little yarn tail without pulling it all the way through. Then insert a purl. Next, go through an adjacent position. Tie off the yarn tail on the wrong side to secure it. You can come out again and secure it one more time. This makes it more secure. Then transition the yarn tail to the next single crochet position between ruai patterns from the back. Then come out to sew the second purl. There are a total of 10 pearls. All of them are sewn at the single crochet positions between the ruai patterns. After completing one pearl, transition the yarn tail to the back. You just need to finish sewing the remaining ones. Once done, tie off and weave in the ends on the wrong side. That completes the explanation for installing the pearl decorations. Up to this point, the making method for this yoke sweater is complete. The entire explanation is now complete. If you have any questions during the process, don't hesitate to reach us via our website. Susan's Family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.